Good morning. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. Please subscribe to my channel, turn on that notification bell, and join me every time I come live. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So right now we're going to do a ClairTarot reading for Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the second half of May 2019. Or whenever the heck this resonates with you. All right, let us get started. Hi, Missy. Hi, Jessica. So let's see, what do we got for Leo? I was sensing some kind of manifestation fire. Let's see. Leos. Hello, my meow meows. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers, because we know Leo got cross watchers. Let's oh, hello. All right, Leo, card number 9. What do you feel? Now, I feel like you're being distracted, but here's the thing. You have what you need to nourish you in the palms of your hands. And you are focused on something that's still somewhat distant, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine because you have your eyes on the prize, okay? That's the prize. The prize is your existence here in this life. You are getting ready to launch something massive, okay? For Leos who are doing some kind of business transaction, this might be a really, really good thing for you. It might be something that pans out and is really, really beneficial for you, okay? But here's the thing. Remember, no matter what happens with that, you already have what you need to nourish your body and your soul in the palms of your hands. And you're also focused on whatever mission you have in this life is. You're focused. So it's not really distraction, is it? From the outside, it looks like it is, but it's not. You're not being distracted from what you need to do. You know exactly what you need to do on some level, and you're about to do it. So I must commend Leo. If you can send some of that energy my way, because I'm so distracted. Here you go. Card number 34, in the world, not of the world. Ooh, look at you. Look at you. Again, those pearls of wisdom in your hair. Your hair is supposed to be your power. You remember that story of Samson and Delilah? His power was contained within his hair. So your hair contains pearls, pearls of wisdom. That's where your power truly is, in your wisdom. You've been through quite a bit in life, Leo. You've been through quite a bit in life, and I think you're finally at a point you're going to be using this to help you on your journey, and that's good. That's definitely good. You're more than just wanting to be in the spotlight, wanting attention, and to be honest, most of the Leos that I know, they don't want attention. They're just focused on trying to get whatever plans they have for this life accomplished. That's what I've been seeing. But I don't know too many Leos, so it might just be, I don't know. And I don't know. But all the Leos I know, they're focused on getting their life situated and really moving forward. So that's a beautiful thing. And look, you're going with the flow at this point. And that's a very, very powerful thing. Yes, you're still blocking some of that flow, but you're allowing that manifestation to come, which is good, which is definitely good. You have to take a little bit more of a step off to the side to let more of that energy flow, but you're doing it at this point, okay? It's important because, Leo, you have a tendency to, again, not realize that you already have what you need in your hands. You just need to apply it. So it's going to be really good once you recognize your hands are holding what you need already, okay? Card number 24, new birth, guarded vigilantly. And I think this is what's going on. This is why you haven't fully moved out of the way. You're like, well, I don't want what I've been trying to bring to fruition to get messed up. So I'm going to still try and control it a little bit. And that's okay. That's a very natural, normal thing to do. But you have to remember this. Okay, so if you're a seedling and you're worried that the seedling is going to get trampled, much of that seedling is actually covered underground. It doesn't really matter too much. I mean, as long as you don't go ham breaking the seedling. But the roots are much deeper than the growth up top. So you have to remember that your roots go very, very deep. You can't truly be broken. You're not going to stay broken. You're going to continue to regrow. You're going to continue to thrive. So just flow with it. Allow yourself to experience this journey in the most authentic and present way possible. You don't have to keep worrying too much, too heavily about some future event, okay? Now, if you do that, what ends up happening, you forget that you have the food that you need, the nourishment, and you go hungry. Despite what's already in your hands, you go hungry. So just try and flow. I know it's a little bit difficult when you see the potentiality of things going both ways, meaning positive and negative. It's going to be okay, Leo. You're manifest something amazing. You're going to manifest it in such a way that's really going to surprise you. But then at the same time, be like, I kind of knew. I kind of knew that was happening, but I just didn't want to believe. Okay. All right. Let's get you some kitty cards because the kitties never lie. Let's see. All right. This is for Leo. All right. Ooh, you got to play. Ooh, okay. This totally makes sense to me. So this card is about having the raw materials, the potentiality to bring into form, to bring into being the very thing that you have creatively birthed in your mind. You already know what kind of life you want to have. You already know what kind of details you want that life to have. Now it's time for you to acknowledge you have the ability and the authority to bring into being what you've already created within your mind. Take care not to create things that will cause you to suffer, okay? Creation doesn't exist in a way where it's like, oh, you said you don't want that. Okay, let's not give that to you. Whatever you fixate on is what creation is going to give to you. So if you keep saying, I don't want measles, I don't want measles, all creation is hearing is measles, measles. Okay, let's go give her the measles. Don't do that. Just think of what you do want, okay? And be reasonable. Be reasonable. Hey, you gotta manifest what you actually want and need in this life. Okay. Now, with that being said, this is about games, play, childish pleasure. Have fun creating. Okay. Some of the most successful business ventures are the business ventures that involve your creativity, about having fun. Things that you do for free because you love doing it so much, you'd be willing to do it for free, and it just so happens you get paid. So have fun creating the life that gives you joy. Now, this card totally makes sense to me. This is about secret talents. Okay. You can pull a cat out the hat. You can do this. You can seriously manifest something ridiculously powerful, whether it be just a powerful mindset. And then I say just a powerful mindset. It's that mindset that will bring to fruition everything you want. See how simple it is? It's just a mindset. But it's actually the foundation from which you're going to build your empire. So, Leo, get started with this. Definitely get started. Allow yourself to recognize You have the raw materials to create the life you want in a very fun way. You're going to pull this out your hat. That's already been with you. You know what I'm saying? And where do you wear a hat? On the head. Well, what crown, what chakra is on your head? Your crown chakra. So you have this within you already. It's within your coding to have a very, very successful life, successful in so many different ways. It's just a matter of you allowing it. Okay. Just because we pulled it for Aries, we're going to pull it for you too. We're going to get you a moon card. Oh, hold on. That makes sense, Leo. That makes total sense. Let's get a couple more cards. That one flipped itself. See what I'm saying? Just see what I'm saying? Okay. You got card number 33, 9th house, faith. You got to have faith in yourself, Leo. Faith that you can manifest the very things that you want and need in this life. So let's see. We travel, some of us forever, to seek other states, other lives, other souls. Anais Nin. I love that. So the 9th house is ruled by Jupiter, the planet of openness, luck, and expansion. Leo, you're going to have to become a little bit more open. You're one of the signs that likes to keep a few things in your pocket quietly, thinking that it's going to be, you know, later on you can use it as a power play. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Right now, you have to be very, very open because it ties back to this. You're not completely open, so you're restricting the flow of your manifestation. You have to open yourself. When you grasp something tightly, do you have space to hold anything else? No. But when you open your hand, you open yourself to receive. Okay? So you have to open your hand. You have to allow yourself to receive the very things that you already have. These are the tools that you need to accomplish the things you need to accomplish in this life. So again, it goes back to this knowing that you have everything that you need. This card, excuse me, this card is tied to 3 of Wands. This is about exploration, new frontiers, traveling outside yourself, spiritual journeys. This is amazing. And sometimes this card indicates a temporary disconnect from close family where you depart from your known life into another one. It's okay for you to travel within yourself. Sometimes a lion has to leave its pride to create a new pride. That doesn't mean you're no longer family, you know, soul family, biological family, whatever kind of family it is. It just means it's time for you to grow, time for you to claim your own. Okay? So Leo, it's time. It's time. Card number 22, Capricorn, I use. So again, Capricorn relates to the devil card, addictions. Are you addicted to the life you currently have, where you feel, notice how everything turned bright. You feel you have control. You don't really control that life because guess what, Leo, you have been blocking the way for the manifestation. So you're not really controlling it. You're kind of more blocking it. I guess in some ways that is kind of like control, but not control in the way that you think, not control in the way that empowers you. It's a kind of control that actually acts as a handicap. Are you addicted to being handicapped? to restricting the flow, to allowing yourself to be in deficit and punishing yourself. And I do see sometimes people will punish themselves and they don't recognize that their behaviors are actually what's continuing that cycle of depletion, deficit. They put all this effort into it, not realizing they're fighting themselves. Hold on, guys. I don't want this live to end suddenly. Let me just... My life is a tangled ass mess. All right. There you go. So now, Leos. Card number 46, Grand Trine Blessings. Ooh, look at that. Grand Trine Blessings. Everything was beautiful and nothing hurt. Shall I read that again, Leo? Everything was beautiful and nothing hurt. A grand trine is when three planets aspect each other at 120 degrees. This creates an equilateral triangle. Balance. You're about to achieve balance in your life. When you begin to balance things, you then free more of your awareness to recognize center, okay? When you recognize center, you no longer have to try to balance. By virtue of being centered, you are naturally balanced. Now, if you center yourself within this trine, you have centered yourself, anchored yourself in one of the most powerful foundations ever. You have to make sure you allow this, okay? Because Leo, you can totally block this. This card is about temperance. It's about harmony, completion. It's about harmony, completion, being in a good place, easy flowing energy, opportunity, and contentment. You have to allow this, Leo. There's no reason for you to continue to suffer. There is no reason for you to continue to be frustrated with the lack of manifestation. Because again, you're focused on the end game versus being present. If you were fully present, you would recognize you have all the nourishment you need on a soul level, energetically, spiritually, humanly, whatever level it is, you have everything that you need already with you. But you're so focused on the end game, you're not present here. And that's what's causing that feeling of deficit, of lacking. Now, if you center yourself, you can see all around you very easily. And you can see how much further you have to go, how far you've already come, and what's in front of you. Okay? And that's important. It's important to be centered in that existence. And when I say centered in that existence, what I mean is being able to recognize how far you've come, how far you still need to go, and what is in front of you, being fully present. Trine, 3. Those are the 3 things you have to be fully aware of. So let's go ahead and get to your poetry. I think you're about to do some big, big power plays. And the beautiful thing about these power plays is that it's more of calling your power back to you versus taking power away from someone else. And that's why this is going to be allowed to happen. Eventually it happens with or without your cooperation, but it happens a lot sooner when you cooperate. So what I recognize with all this work that I do, soul will allow you to think that you can stop something that your soul has already planned for you. But really all it's doing is being considerate. It's pausing, it's slowing down that event to give you time to come to terms with the fact that it's gonna happen. And for those of you who are like, well, what about free will? Your soul has free will. You, as a human being, are simply experiencing the very things that your soul has decided based off of its free will. So I hate to break that to you. That's how free will works, okay? That's how free will works. So let's get to your poetry. Oh, I got excited. Beyond the threshold of fear. That's what I'm saying. Card number 25, beyond the threshold of fear. Leo, you're supposed to be courageous, right? But what's going on right now, your soul is calling you out. I'm not calling you out. Your soul is calling you out. You've been behaving like a cowardly lion, afraid of your own greatness, afraid of your shadow. Now, this is a very, very important thing to recognize. When you are afraid of your shadow self, you're afraid of the very things that contain the greatest amount of your potentiality and power. The way this paradigm we exist within functions, anything that empowers you to remove yourself from the box, it's shamed, it's vilified. The way the society works, they want you to remain in a box. They want you to be enslaved mentally, energetically, spiritually, financially, all of that. And so they don't want you to recognize these very things that they're now vilifying are the very things that will help you to dismantle that box. And when you don't have a box anymore, you are free to experience energy and manifestation from all sides, all angles, at all levels. That's why it's dangerous. So, beyond the threshold of fear, stop being afraid of what's outside the box. Stop being afraid of your shadow, because that's the very thing that's going to empower you to continue walking forward. Your shadow loves you. It follows you everywhere. Take that in. Your shadow loves you. It follows you everywhere. Not out of malicious intent, but because it loves you. It loves you so much, it stays behind you and tries to hold you up. It never goes in front of you to block your way. Unless you've turned around, turned your back to your light, that's the only time your shadow will be in front of you. Leo, you're being called to do some amazing shiznit. Telling you, feeling this in my chest, feeling it in my chest. Ooh! Okay, enter the lion's jungle. Don't think about getting hurt. Fearful thoughts are phantoms of the mind. No one is harmed in this jungle. Everything is compassion and love. It is your fear holding you back, like a bar behind the door. Whoa. How I celebrate for you. After so long away from home, you are finally returning. Beyond the threshold of fear, you dispense with your doubts, hesitations, cautions, and tentativeness. They are old friends with whom you no longer have anything in common. Goodbye, old friends. I wish you well, you say. While turning your face to the burgeoning light of a new and yet ancient world, you are visiting as though for the first time, and yet somehow also remember deep in your sacred heart. Finally, we sit together in the charming courtyard at home. We shall tell our tales of adventure and laugh, and we'll dance and sing. Eventually, day shall pass into night, and we'll gaze beneath our feet, our mouths gaping open in awe and minds utterly blank, rendered dumb in the sweet submission to beauty, as we watch the world spinning on her axis. After so long, you are changing your relationship to fear. No more shall it hold you in its thrall. You are becoming able to observe it, to witness it, even to have compassion rather than resistance. Instead of unconsciously sabotaging your growth and choosing to slumber in darkness, you awaken and delight in the light and sound of your divine being. Push and pull, one step forward and a half step back. So it has been for so long, and you have endured. Yes, you are winning the race, brave one, and yet and fear is left to fizzle out. It was always a far less beautiful firework than your passionate conviction for love anyway. Better to let that dazzling firework come to light instead. Much more satisfying. What a spiritual marathon you've been running. Now the end is in sight. You are drinking the sacred waters to replenish you from your journey. The cups are pushed into your hands by encouraging angels as you approach that blessed sash marking the finish line. Your body and soul are on this journey together, and now they are ready for victory. And yes, to rest and recover from the effort. Rest now before a new adventure begins from a completely different state of being. Damn, Leo! That's amazing. That is ridiculously amazing. I knew you would do it. I'm just saying. I knew you would. I knew you would. I know you're tired, but it's always at the very, very end of the marathon where you feel like you can't finish, but you push yourself anyways. And that's where you're at right now. You're at the finish. Finish it off. Don't stop right before it's done. Finish it off. So if this resonated with you, please give me a thumbs up. Even if it didn't, give me a thumbs up because I like you. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do. Turn on that notification bell and join me every time I come live. So I'm going to be on in another minute, in a minute or so for Sagittarius. Come join me in a minute. I'm going to be doing a reading for Sagittarius. Bye, guys.